Oof. Fun fact, gentlemen, it backfired. Fun fact, it backfired. Okay, so fun fact, I forgot there was a 24-hour rule, like you had to make a request to go live on a channel. So all four of my other channels, I've never attempted to go live on before. So I never made the request. So I literally just went through all four channels trying to figure it out, and it did not work. So I'm back. Um, this is a BS stream, kind of like if you're up and you have time to just spend time doing nothing with me, go ahead and do nothing with me. Yeah, I'm gonna disappear for a second. Go get me a little water or something to drink out the fridge. Weigh myself. Realistically, I'll probably be up for. It's 1:46 in the morning. I don't have work in the morning, but I do have to hoop at 5:45. So I need 3 hours of sleep. I'm gonna say. I got at least this stream will be at least an hour and 15 minutes. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a water real quick. I'll be back, boys. I would play music, but I know I'm gonna get a copyright strike, and Lord knows we don't need that yet. Yeah. All right. Give me 1 second. I'll be back, boys. Almost done. I got my shorts. Vibing. All right, we're back, boys. It's gonna be a little bit less formal here. I know I'm on my main channel, but I figured it'd be nice to go live with the boys for a little bit. Just exist, not have all the stipulations of everything. And I don't know if I'm gonna have this VOD available. I might not. I'm debating. But yeah, we just vibing, man. What are y'all boys up to? What y'all up to? You got anything interesting going on? Everybody's life okay? Anybody just struggling, pretending like everything's okay? Therapy session, group therapy. I'm pretty good at that stuff. I'm 130 pounds, right? Or 230 pounds right now. Yeah, I came back. Short story. I don't know if y'all were here when I first said it, but tried to go live on my other channels, 4 of them to be exact. I forgot that you had to request to go live 24 hours in advance because they have like a timer thing and they like view your account to see if you're, I don't know, doing something devious or something. So can't. And so I just requested on all 4 because I couldn't do it. And I'm back here, but like this is an informal stream. We're just vibing, just a couple guys, just enjoying time. So it is 1:49 a.m. on the East Coast. I'll probably be up to like 3 a.m. So we got a good hour. Amon, Whitmore, and Clarkson. For Clarkson in a second. Oh, I'd make that deal in a heartbeat. I'd make that deal in a heartbeat. I'll give you Clarkson in a first. Mm-hmm. I believe in Amon, and I like Cam Whitmore. Mm-hmm. Definitely. I would jump on that deal so fast. I'd get my hair braided. I don't know what I'm gonna do to it though, boys. I really don't. Let's see. What am I looking at right here? Is this telling me I've made $15? $6 the first day. $8 the next day. Oh, okay. So I made $8 yesterday. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. Makes me happy. It's not crazy, right? But it's something. And something is better than nothing. So they got a lot of usable young pieces. I think Ainge can get something done. Yeah. Most definitely. Especially if they want them, right? I definitely wouldn't stop a deal that way. In the meantime, in between time, and things of that nature. Just had to switch over and check out this channel. I'm surprised you stay up this late. Yeah. I meant to go live on the other one, like I literally told you guys I would, but the other channel I just wasn't able to because I have to wait the 24 hours. I thought I requested a while ago, and I forgot that was a requirement, but I didn't. So here we are. Do I watch NFL? Yes, I do. I definitely do. Yep. The only thing I watch NBA, NFL for the most part. Like even if I don't catch all the games, I try to catch everybody's highlights and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty good about it, I would say. What team in particular? Right now, I'm in North Carolina, so we have the Panthers, but I haven't really liked the Panthers since they sold on Cam. So I guess I sit more in the Bengals waters. I have a friend that plays on the Cowboys. Not really a Cowboys fan, but I like the Cowboys for the fact that he's there, and I want him to do better. Yeah, really Bengals. Bengals, I guess. Dabbled in watching F1. Okay. The wildest thing, Carter. So a lot of Indian kids in my one class watch F1, but I don't. I never really had the opportunity to get into it, I guess, because I'm a tall black guy. It's just not something that gets shown to you very often. And like by the time you watch it, it's like it's interesting, but it's not super interesting. I don't know. It's kind of like baseball to me. Like watching a live baseball game to me is cool, but watching it on TV, I can't watch baseball on TV. I think it would be the same thing for racing, though. Sexton did not play well, in my opinion. I'd agree. Yeah, I criticized him mildly earlier. 33% from the field, shooting 6 of 18. That's Jordan Clarkson numbers. Can't do that. Can't do that. Because here I am saying you're more efficient than Jordan Clarkson, and then you shoot Jordan Clarkson numbers. Shooting a tour date is crazy. Yeah, 6 of 18 is actually June 18th. So yeah. So you playing fantasy football or nah? Because okay, so I had a fantasy football team, and then it logged out of my phone, and I couldn't remember what my password was, so I just stopped playing it. I think my team still won like two out of 8 games afterwards after I got logged out, but yeah. Like I don't keep up with F1, but I definitely know, like for a fact, if you pay attention to it, it has to be fun. Like there's no way it's not fun, bro. For a fact. That said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm looking over some numbers right now. I'm actually gonna dual screen this so I can talk to y'all at the same time and see what y'all are saying. Why you pick the Jazz if you're from NYC? Well, right now I stay in North Carolina, but when I started the channel, I tried to do a bunch of teams, and it was really just what videos hit, what videos did not, and the Jazz videos really hit. Um, in the polar opposite direction, the Philadelphia 76ers videos really didn't, like real bad. Especially when like the James Harden drama was going on, I got completely drowned out, and there was just nothing there for me. And then just watching video or just talking about the Utah Jazz, the fans were like really welcoming and everything. And since they have Colin Sexton, who's one of my favorite players in the league, I watched him when he was in high school. I watched him when he was in Alabama, and I also watched him when like that 3v5. To this day, I still go back and randomly watch it from time to time because it's just like, bro, what the heck? You almost beat a team with just you and two other players that weren't even like that on 5 at the D1 level. That's crazy. But that just embodies what Colin Sexton is. Like he's a not quit. Like he'll play the same way when he's up 15 versus when he's down 25. And that's the reason why like I have a partial bias towards him. But I also make that very clear. Like I like Colin Sexton, guys. I'm gonna defend Colin Sexton because I've seen what he is in his whole body of work. That said, I'm also going to criticize him when I know for a fact he's playing mid, right? Like tonight, for example. I'm not gonna absolutely destroy him for it because he did shoot well from the free throw line. But 6 of 18 isn't something I want to live with, right? Not against the Detroit Pistons. But for the fact that we didn't have Lowry in the game, you can focus on the next best scorer on the team, which is, by default, Colin Sexton. But yeah. You said it's because there's not. He says because there's not that many good Jazz creators. There, I was about to say there's a couple. Hold on. Let me see. Because one thing that I always found interesting is if you look up Utah Jazz, just like in your search bar, and then you switch your filters and have it set to channel, the Jazz channel comes up first, then Locked On Jazz comes up second. Obviously, because it's, endorsed by them. Then you have Utah Jazz Beats with Sam and Peeps. 51 subscribers, cool, I guess. The Monty Show, 43,000. Some guy that calls his account Utah Jazz 7258, 1 sub. Utah Jazz 1362, 1 sub. Utah Jazz Topic, 476 subs. Hoops Nerd comes up then at 9.94. He's been at 9.94 forever. It's been like a month now, low-key. Utah Jazz Bear, Utah Jazz Fans Experience, Utah Jazz with Justin, Utah Jazz Team Store, Utah Jazz Podcast, Utah Jazz with 1Z, Stockton Plays X BYU FF Utah Jazz, Take Note Utah Jazz Podcast, UtahJazzMafia.com, Southern Utah Jazz Collective, CK2K, and then me. I don't understand why I'm that low on the list. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm here. You got to scroll like 30 people down the line and past like 25 people that have less subscribers and don't have Utah Jazz in their name. Like I added Utah Jazz to my name thinking it would move me up the list, and it didn't. But what do I know? Just a guy. Like I said, I'm just a black guy whose skin matches the couch. Few Jazz creators, and it's a team. It doesn't get covered a ton with national media. Exactly. Very few nationally televised games. Impossible to get anything related to the Jazz when you're from Australia. Bro, I can imagine. You're in Australia right now? Tackle, you're in Australia right now? That's insanity. I'm glad you're tuning in, bro. Goodness. What time is it? And Logic, you said he hit his wall. That's the goal. Pass Hoops Nerd. If I pass Hoops Nerd, I'm going to start talking trash. No lie. No cap. I would start talking trash. Now, the thing is, you said lived here since I was 6? That's fire. What's it like living in Australia? Give us a little put us in your mind. Tell us a story. It's 6 p.m. right now. It is 2 a.m. for us. So you are what? 8 hours behind? behind me at least. Yeah, because you're 8 hours behind me. Because those that are in Utah, you're 6 hours behind. Because for them, it's midnight. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Honestly, it's a lot more chill here than US. I bet. I'd bet it has to be. I'm not gonna lie. But now I definitely understand why you have to what you call it? Why you have to go on YouTube to see jazz content. Life is slower paced around here, a lot more family related, a lot less issues related to politics, etc. I love that. Just now 12 midnight in Mountain West. Yes, sir. Absolutely. I'm looking at Hoops Nerds content recently. He has a video from Oh, is this latest? Yo, he has not been consistent recently. Oh, I'm about to catch up. I should pay for some subscribers just to pass him. That's crazy. That'd be like $200 that I don't have. Uh, he posted a video though 5 days ago. Latest Utah Jazz news: Larry Markkinen about to be traded? Question mark. 6.5K. I'm pissed. His other video from a month ago, 780. He got to interview Keontae a month ago. Crazy. He's got quite a few 3K, 4K, 1K, 5K, 2K, 1K, 1K, 3K. I should be able to do this. I'm not an idiot. Oh, yeah, because lately he just seems to be streaming the post game stuff, which I understand, but still. 1.2K, 1.5K. Dang. Utah Jazz have defensive issues. Post game analysis. So that's what he's been doing. He hasn't been posting regular videos because he's been streaming. I'm not a hater. I promise I'm not a hater. I'm just looking at this content saying I should be right here. I'm getting on myself right now. Pushing myself to go harder. That's real. Plus free healthcare? Ooh, yes, sir. Well, he said you can do everything and pass him. I think so. I didn't even know why I started supporting the Jazz. Have no one here that goes for any small market teams, man. Not just defensive issues. We got a lot of issues. Yeah. Dude, Hoops Nerd is funny. If I remember right, he started SLC Dunk Page, and now he's got. That's how he got it. It's all right. I'm not hating. I love that for him. I love him having the opportunity to create content with, famous people. I love that for him. That's great content. Go to a Cooper Flag game and interview him. Bro, I wish I could. Don't let Cooper Flag come up here to North Carolina. Cooper Flag come to North Carolina. I'm going to be right there in that game. I'm going to be in the game with a media pass and a camera in my hand. Just flicking it up. I'll be like, cool. Click. Right there. Nah, that'd be fire though. I can't even lie to you. You said Boozer clear of flag though. Low key. The craziest thing is when I edit my videos and send them in, I don't watch them. I don't watch them after I edit them. I edit them, send them to Sachin, and just trust that he knows what he's doing. That's an insane amount of trust now that I look at it. Cause like women, they don't trust each other like that. Like even in their friend groups. But here I am trusting an Indian man who's 12 hours behind my clock, who I've never seen in real life, to put whatever in my videos and I just post it is actually crazy. Hold on. That's actually wild. The fact that I just thought about that. I was like, dang. I really have a random guy just helping me do videos. It works though. It works. That's really all I can say, man. It's a great feeling though. It's a great feeling. Being able to just blindly trust somebody. It's good stuff. He said, I watch Hoops Nerd on a regular basis. He streams post game broadcast after the game. As Taco wrote, he's funny. Hoops Nerd James Hansen is a hoot to listen to and very different from you. I figure so. Yeah, I've heard from the past. Like I know some people view him as an acquired taste because he's just like louder and more animated. He said, go to a Panthers game. It was 45 something at the Falcons. Okay, fun fact, right? So I was gonna end up going to the Panthers game with one of my friends because they're a teacher too, but they're in the Charlotte school district, and the Panthers were literally giving out tickets. But for that game, it was pouring rain, and the tickets they gave out were in the nosebleeds. That's some kind of teacher appreciation gift, isn't it? That's why the Panthers suck. But they won 9-7, so I mean, go off, I guess. But no, we were gonna go, and then we just decided not to because the traffic to park was crazy. For the fact that like they showed the bleachers and the bleachers were like mostly empty, everybody was trying to find a parking space. So I mean, eh, yeah, I am planning on going to the Utah Jazz and Charlotte Hornets game here in Charlotte. Now that'll be like the first. That'll be the first NBA game I ever go to. The first NBA game I ever go to, which will be fire low key. Man, oh man. Here, I'm on my phone. I'm pretty happy with how like how things have been going. Jazz merchandise at the game. Do your first game ever is sick. You're gonna love the energy there, and NBA games are the best, bro. Yeah, I hope so. And the tickets weren't crazy. The tickets didn't cost crazy money. I had to talk. One of my guys. I've interviewed him on my podcast. His IG is like at JPEG Tone. He does like videography stuff with games and takes flicks and stuff like that. So for him, he actually went to the Hornets game the other night, and he has like footage from it. And I was like, bro, they let you record? Like, did they let you bring a camera in? Did you have to have a certain pass? And he was like, me personally, I just brought a camera with me. They didn't stop me. And I was like, that's content. I'm about to be, yeah. I know what camera I'm using. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab it real quick. Hold up, because I'm on a live that doesn't matter. Okay, I'm back. You said it's Jazz. It's Jazz versus Charlotte. Not a lot of people go to watch. True. True. Let me see. Okay. Was it G37? Is that what this was? All right, so I got a G37. Right. I don't know how close y'all can see it, but you know the vibes. You know the vibes. It has a light. I don't use the light ever, literally, but turn it on. Bada boom, bada bing, all that good stuff. Zoom in on me. calm little camera, nice focus, extends, all that good stuff. I know some streamers use it. I don't, because I can't get it to work properly the way I want it to, at least. That said, um, definitely cooking with this one. Speaking of which, I need to slap that battery on a charger. You said, did you go to the All-Star games in Charlotte? Fun fact, no, I didn't. There was so much stuff going on with the streets and everything, and I literally had no money. I just wasn't able to. I'm not gonna lie, I'd be poor. I'd be poor. Even though when they had it in Charlotte, you'd think I would have been able to make an event or see a player or something like that, but I didn't, unfortunately. You said, I've also watched a lot of Monty Show videos. They have thousands of subscribers, but I just don't like most of their videos. I'll watch them only once in a while. Understandably so. I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't like all of my videos. I mean, they also don't subscribe, so I know that for a fact. Because I'll look back at my numbers and it'll be like 2,400 returning viewers over the past 28 days. And I'm sitting there with like 800 subscribers at the time. I'm like, bro, you mean to tell me 1,600 of you guys watch my videos again, but you won't subscribe? Show some love. Show some love. But realistically, not everybody's going to like my content. Like, I come on here and I don't even be having a fresh haircut, bro. So, I mean that's poverty, but not real poverty, but like poverty enough, right? Like the poverty that lets you go to McDonald's if you really, really want to, but also doesn't give you enough money to spend on a haircut and tip the barber. Whose situation is worse, the Bulls or the Pistons? The Bulls. The Bulls. Because the Bulls are supposed to be good and they can't win games. You have DeMar DeRozan, Vucevic, and Zach LaVine. You have a big three. You have a direction that you would like to go to, and they can't win. For the fact that they have a direction that they want to go in and they can't succeed in that direction means that, to me, it's worse. Because the Pistons, we just know they're not good. Right? We know they don't have an idea what their core is going to look like. They don't have a big two. They don't have a big three. They have Cade Cunningham. They have Jaden Ivey, but they don't have like a direct idea for what they want to do. So for that reason, I just got to say that. You said tipping. I'm saying, bro, got to tip the barber, man. Bro, I used to work for the Utah Jazz. Best part was being around the games and just seeing everyone get hype. I don't know how Charlotte fans are, but it's anything like Utah's. Okay, so Charlotte is interesting because people will be fans and go to games just to take pictures and stuff. And you'll see some people, you've got real Charlotte fans. You've got some Bobcat, like if somebody come to a game with a Bobcats jersey, like a what's his name? Haywood, Brandon, with a Brandon Haywood jersey, crazy. That's nasty work. But I respect you because you're a real fan. It's like, because they were terrible. If you come to the game with a Michael Kidd, whoa. If you go to a game with a Michael Kidd-Gilchrist jersey, or a Ben Gordon jersey, or a Cody Zeller jersey, you're tough because you've been a fan for a minute. I saw this video from someone saying, we get in LeBron because we drafted Bronny. Somebody made that video? Say swear. Tackle, somebody made that video? Or are you saying that you saw a video of somebody saying that the Utah Jazz would get LeBron because they drafted Bronny? Oh, saw it in the offseason? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was on that train too. Best believe. I was all over it. I was the conductor. Absolutely positively, my brother. My brethren. My slime. Cody Zeller on the Bobcats. Bro, man, look. Couldn't tell me nothing. We had Al Jefferson in the post. Hook. Yo, nobody wanted that business. Nobody wanted that big Al business. With Kemba Walker with some pull up from three. They didn't want that business. From midi, back when before everybody's like, mid rangers are very low success shots. You should not shoot mid rangers. F that. We had Kemba, MF, and Walker. He was walking on them. Yeah, he did fall off bad. The biggest thing for short players like him, and the reason why I'm partial to Colin Sexton, but I also have to face the reality of it, is the fact that they're so little that they have to rely on some semblance of athleticism, which means as they get older and as they accrue more injuries, they just quite simply can't maintain their level of play, right? Because you if you're 6'6" and you get hurt a couple times, you can still kind of create space because you're still long enough to get your shot off. If you're 6'1", 6'2", you're shorter than everybody else, so you're automatically at a disadvantage. So without athleticism, you can't get it. What's the sentiment in that area around Jordan as an owner? Oh, we hate it. We hate it. That's part of the reason why I think that Jordan isn't the GOAT, partially, because he was in the triangle offense when they won. So he was never the system when they won. I'm not saying that Curry's better than Jordan, but you couldn't base a team on Jordan, like make Jordan the system and then win championships. Curry is the only guard in my memory that was good enough to where even in today's league, where you have like big threes, you have dynamic duos, you have all this stuff, you have LeBron James being the system, and you have Curry single-handedly. Without Stephen Curry, the Warriors do not win at all. They're terrible. They're absolute god-awful. But they built a system around Curry that specifically requires him to do what he does best very well. And it worked. MJ wasn't like that. Triangle offense worked for him. As an owner with the Wizards, I always joke and say the Wizards were so terrible under MJ's management that he had to come out of retirement to try and save them, and he still couldn't do it. That was my running joke. But then he came in, it was the owner of the Bobcats and the Hornets. I was like, bro, help us. Do something. You're supposed to be the GOAT, bro. Get somebody over here. Convince some all-star to come over here. Something, please. And it's like every year, the same thing, the same mediocreness. Just nothing ever happened. Bless you. Nothing ever happened. We could never catch a W. It was terrible. But nothing new. He said, but we're glad he's gone, basically, to answer your question. A lot of Hornets fans are glad he's out of here because we weren't winning with him. So we'll be just fine, if not better, without him, honestly. Salt Lake City, from when we had Big Al, Salt Lake City from Al Jefferson of the big man. It was a rough few years until Gobert got there. It became a stifle tower. True. But my wife sneezed right before you said, I broke the fourth wall. You didn't catch it? I heard her sneeze. I had to back you up, Carter. Corey Kinchin is known for that. Like he'll randomly like ask a question at the screen. Like he'll be like, what'd he be doing? He'll be like, who in the world would trade for LeBron? Who in the world would trade LeBron James for Stephen Curry outright? And then he'll just like look dead at the camera out of nowhere. He'll just pause for a second and he'll look at the camera out of nowhere and be like, why would you even say that? And like sometimes people will like be recording on their phones, them watching his live stream, and they'll say exactly what they think what their answer is, and then he'll respond like that, and it'll fit perfectly. It's funny. It's hard to explain. Like if you ever look up Corey Kinchin breaking the fourth wall, just a video of that, it's hilarious. I'll tell you that. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm not stupid. Corey Kinchin. Breaking the fourth wall. Yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can find one. Yeah, just Corey Kinchin breaking the fourth wall, dog. It's hilarious because it comes out of nowhere too. What was one he said? because he was like, I think one of them was like, because first of all, he was looking at something on his channel. I was watching a short of it, and it was like, who even gets pineapples on their pizza? Why the fuck are you getting pineapples on your pizza? Like one of those moments. And Buddy was like recording like for like 30 seconds before he even asked the question. So he's just watching on his phone and like recording recording off his TV. And he's like, bro, Corey, I like pineapples. And then like Corey looks at the screen and looks dead at the camera, and it looks like he's looking the guy right in the face when he said it. One of the funniest things, like I was dying laughing at the time. Hang on. Okay. All right, I'm back. But yeah, man. I actually have to edit this Colin section video. Do you guys know anybody that makes beats or anything by chance? You said Jordan's not the GOAT in my book. I lean more Kobe or LeBron pass on their teams they played with and who they had on my personal team. Fair. Definitely fair. I respect that opinion. Guys, I passed 100K views. I passed 1,000 subscribers before I passed 100K views. That's how tough we've been. Going. Hang on. That's how awesome we've been. You know how crazy that is? Before you reach 100,000 views, you get 1,000 subscribers. That's awesome. I go on Social Blade and I pocket watch. If you go to socialblade.com and then in the search bar, type in my YouTube ad. I do that every time with everybody. Like I literally had, like, they even have a comparison tool, and I compare myself to Rusty Buckets, not because I was hating, but because I wanted to be like, there. And I was like, bruh, this son of a gun's got money. I'm not working hard enough. And that really pushed me to go a little bit harder. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I'm not doing what I need to be doing. LeBron's winning on every team he's been on. That's a fact. Killing a dude. Well done. Thanks. Huge awesome. Appreciate it, Carter. You already know, man. You already know. It took me 180 uploads. Realistically, if I was one of those guys that uploaded once a week, I might have hit it already, I guess, because I could have scripted my videos and added visuals sooner. But like, I didn't. So here I am. As authentic as I can be, How long have I been doing it? Stream is out of focus. Hold on, let me pull it closer. I'm going to pull the camera closer to me. Hang on. Hang on. Am I in focus now? Ugh. He said his GOAT is Tim Duncan. That's crazy. I like that though. Let's see. How long have I been doing this? I've been doing this since the last week of June this year. The last week of June. So we're July, August, September, October, November, December. I got monetized just in under 6 months, which is actually kind of crazy. LeBron went through an easier Eastern Conference. MJ had to go through the bad boy Pistons. Reggie Miller stacked New York TV claims. Much better, thank you. Awesome. I understand Vesper. At the same time, though, MJ didn't end up beating a lot of those guys until they were like older, until they were really aged out, and he had more help, obviously, but he needed it to do it. Nevertheless, I would say LeBron was totaling teams at times that he had no business doing it to. Like, he really made that. You remember the Atlanta Hawks team? Was it 2015? Where all five made the All-Star game, the single All-Star game that Kyle Korver's ever made. Like, when all five of them made it, that was the nastiest thing ever, because LeBron literally dismantled them like they were chew toys. And it made no sense, because Like, first of all, just being able to get all five of your starters voted to an All Star game is disgusting. I don't. I'm not necessarily in agreement with it. I need to go back and actually look to see if there was other people that that got snubbed because of that. But like them doing that is crazy. Um, and then obviously him turning Toronto into LeBronto literally every time he played them was absolutely disgusting. Like imagine another grown man walks into your house and he says, "I own your crib. Pick up my socks off the floor." That's crazy, but he did it repeatedly. Repeatedly. Goodness. Congrats on 1K. Thought those trade videos would good viewers. Yes, sir. I appreciate that sound. Fire choice for Goat Carter. I'm saying, like, I can't get mad at that. You can't get mad at somebody that loves Tim Duncan. Are you mean on that is he didn't do it till he got Pippen? Yeah, that's also true. LeBron played against the best team and won championship over season record. Yeah, that's a wild one. I don't like when people say that if the Warriors didn't have what's his name? He likes punching people and kicking people in the nuts. Draymond. If the Warriors had Draymond in Game 5, then they wouldn't have lost Game 5. I don't believe that. I'm not gonna lie. Call me crazy. I just don't believe it. But to each their own. It is what it is, right? We can't change the past. So they won without Draymond, and it is what it is. But still, Jordan 6-0 in the finals, 6 Finals MVPs. Tough to top that. It is tough to top that. I will say that from an accolade standpoint, right? Because he has more defensive teams, I believe, than LeBron. He's obviously got scoring titles, but LeBron, realistically, if he wanted to have scoring titles, he could. It's just that he hasn't. So I don't take scoring titles too much into account. I do take the defensive accolades into play though, right? And Jordan does have him in that category. That said, Jordan also disappeared retired and unretired twice, all that stuff. So I think it's an acquired taste. I've realized you said Karl Malone went 0-15 in the finals. Are you serious? That's disgusting. Ew. Whatever the case may be, yeah. I've realized that the MJ and LeBron argument always boils down to two things. And it's really what type of player you like. Me personally, I'm a numbers guy. I'm a statistics guy. Even as a player when I'm on the court, I make the right play at the right time. How I feel doesn't affect my decision making. So very rarely will I take a shot if a better shot's available. I'm swinging the ball. Other people, they like being the hero. They like being the reason you won the game. They like being the person that gets to take that final shot and show you why they are the ruler. For people like that, they love MJ because MJ is the epitome of what people believe a hero is. You live and die by his hand. He will always do what he can and fight, even futilely. Like if there's no chance of him hitting the shot, he's still gonna take the shot, and that's why people love Kobe. Because Kobe was always a guy that was an ultimate committer. He was always known for doing the most outrageous things, but then he would come on the court very calculated, very cold, and just deliberate in the way that he attacked people. And he would take 1,000,000 shots, and his shot percentage was terrible because he took 1,000,000 shots. But every so often, he always took a game winner too. But on the off chance that he hit the game winner, everybody went crazy. Because what? He tried it every time regardless. He didn't care. He didn't care who you are, what your accolades were, how good you were, how long you were, how tall you were, how athletic you were, how tough everybody said you were. He didn't give a damn. He was going to shoot it anyways. If you blocked it, oh well. But guess what? He's still going to shoot it. And that's why no matter how much I love LeBron, I always have to respect somebody says MJ or Kobe is their GOAT, right? I'll never knock anybody for saying that. Even numbers aside, if you like their play, because it really comes down to whose play style you like. Because yes, MJ was 6-0 in the finals, but LeBron also made significantly more finals. LeBron's also overall been better at a larger multitude of things than MJ was, right? Because that was just demanded by LeBron. So really, it comes down to what everybody would prefer to do. With that being said, I'm also a fan of the whole GOAT of each era, like of each decade. I like that argument. So, MJ 90s, Kobe 2000s, LeBron 2010s. And I think they want to say Giannis right now is in 2020s. I'm willing to bite, but Jokic is making his tough argument. Shaq, the most dominant player in NBA history, hands down. Didn't take care of his health, or else he could have really been nasty. But there's that. Mm. Thought that he lost to Kobe and Shaq a lot in Western Conference Finals. Yo, you're hilarious, tackle. It's about week that I just realized that. I don't want to count rings because if that point in Bill Russell, then he's 12 or something. True, yeah. Blocked by James. You reckon Kobe even going up to try and block that? Nah, that just wasn't part of Kobe's game. Realistically, Kobe was carried by Shaq. I think they were both kind of like they were both really good at what they did. And because I wouldn't say that Kobe got carried, I would say Kobe doesn't get those rings without Shaq though. But carried implies that he wasn't a big reason why they also won. I would also say that Shaq with no Kobe those years doesn't win those rings. Should do a video predicting who will win the season awards, MVP, MIP, Depoy. That would be a fire video. That would be a fire video. I'm not gonna lie. I might have to do that one, low key. Appreciate that. Yes, sir. Congrats on okay. Couldn't have done it without you, Vesper. Carter said before Manu and Parker though, kind of the same thing as Jordan before Pippen. Low key, but he did have David Robinson. David Robinson really parallels Lowry a little bit, just because he was a really good player, but he could never get anybody over the hump. And so when Tim came, he slid from that number one guy for the Spurs to the number two guy, and then boom, Timmy got them that W. Honestly, though, it's hard to argue for against Duncan as the GOAT. Yeah. So you got all-time starting five. Shaq with a guy like Stockton, most underrated PG, wins most of those. That's fair. That's pretty fair. All-time starting five though. Shaq at the 5, no debate. If I saw prime Wilt Chamberlain actually giving people 50, if there was actual footage of that, and I got to see how Wilt moved on the court, I might go Wilt. But I don't have that film, so Shaq at the 5. Give me. Can I go Tim Duncan at the 4? Is he going to move well enough on defense is the question. It's also about fit. Or do I want to go Kareem? Or I could go Kevin Durant or LeBron at the 4 and then make somebody else one small forward. Nah, go on position by position. Give me Tim Duncan at 4. Give me Tim Duncan at the 4. Shaq at the 5, Tim Duncan at the 4. LeBron at the 3, obviously. At the 2, I could go MJ or Kobe. Or low-key D Wade. Healthy D Wade was a monster before his knee was really giving him problems. But I'm gonna go Kobe at the 2 because everybody says MJ in this era would learn how to shoot. In my head, if you're the top dog of your era, you should be arguably pretty solid at every team or at every facet of the game. And MJ never really added a 3-point to his game. The only time I think he shot league average in 3-point field goal or percentage was the year that they shortened the 3-point line to entice players to shoot more threes. With that being said, I'm going to lean Kobe. Also because I figure Kobe might mesh better with LeBron. MJ might not mesh better with the other players. That said, I said Shaq, Tim Duncan, LeBron, Kobe. At point guard, would I go Steph? Is Steph the greatest point guard of all time? A lot of people would say no. I would say yes. I know it ruffles feathers. I know it's not popular, but I would say yes because Curry is the only point guard ever who was the system and they won. You said have to go Steph's. He changed the game. I see that. I see that because everybody wasn't doing this until Steph was, and that's why people say was LeBron more iconic to the game than MJ? And the answer to that question is no. He wasn't. As much as I love LeBron, and sometimes I can be a bit of a Bron sexual, LeBron did not change the game. He made things a little bit more interesting, and for people that played the game, he was more influential to them. But to commoners, Kobe Bryant had commoners in classrooms and third graders and second graders saying Kobe before shooting a piece of plastic or a balled up piece of paper in a trash can. That's insane. MJ had people buying shoes that they can't afford. You know how much bag that how crazy you have to be? You know how smooth you have to be with it to do that? And then you have who else is it? And then you have Steph. Steph making everybody shoot the rock. You had AI, right? AI was super influential because he really got people in their bag. Kyrie doesn't exist without AI. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, those are the four most influential players. LeBron is influential, but he doesn't have like that signature thing that the other guys had. Kobe had dudes shooting stuff in trash cans. Jordan had the shoe line that everybody loves to death and will literally like people will rob and kill over a pair of Jordans, which is insane because there's people that look like me that do it, and that's why I've never owned a pair of Jordans to this day. Also because they just cost too much. I'm not paying $300 for a pair of sneakers. I'm not. If I can't wear it to a wedding and a funeral, I'm not. I'm not buying it for $300. That's crazy. I don't even have $300 in my checking account right now. So why? I don't know. Um, Stein want to plug and play with any team, raises any team's floor. I can agree with that, Carter. I can agree with that. Sam said Kobe, Jordan, Duncan, Shaq, LeBron. Hard to leave off Magic and Curry though. True. True, 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 true. Have to go. Steph changed the game. Are taking teams or teams in mid rebuild still worth supporting? That's a good question. I'm gonna say yes, for the sole fact that tanking is such a weird thing to me because it's like you send people out there and say go 85%, go 70%. I don't think so. I think that sometimes the coaches don't put in the right guys to win games sometimes. But yeah, I still say it's worth supporting. I remember I remember it was Kobe for accuracy and Yeet for distance. Yeah. Then you got the White Mamba. Brian Scalabrine? Boy, listen. Tough. Add a team to Vegas or Seattle. I think they're doing both. And move Memphis or the Wolves to the East. I think they're adding two teams. I think they're going both Vegas and Seattle to even out the schedules, so you can have an even number of games and everything. Jordan also got the he never did that move. Yeah. Imagine telling Sexton to play 70%, not happening. Literally, I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't tell you what that looks like. Does that mean he like drives slower? He drives like what's his name? Kyle Anderson. The dude on the is he still on the Grizzlies? Or the is he on the Timberwolves? Grizzlies? I think he's on the Grizzlies. The one that moves really slow and he looks like he's balding, but he's really like 25, 26. That guy. He moves in slow motion, basically. Like would Colin Sexton look like that at that point? I don't know. I couldn't imagine. Like, I don't even think Colin Sexton would know what that means. Like, all right, guys, we have 10 suicides. Go 70%. Goes 110. He does look really rushed. Sometimes it works because it's deliberate to make it seem that way, but at the same time, it's different. Can't wait for THT to start. for the expansion team and average 35. I'm dead. Like he got to be somewhere. He does look like he got to go somewhere. He looks like he's late every time. Yeah, I have to remember where every team is, but I think New Orleans is also probably on that list to move east. They should be. Yeah, Memphis is most likely. Yeah, because they're literally right next door to me. Sexton always has. Oh, is this what Donovan Mitchell looks like when his team is down by 12 plus? Yeah, yeah. Karl Malone was once handed the job of having to guard Shaq all game long. Shaq was pushing hard until one play when Malone suddenly stepped out of his way and Shaq fell on his butt. Wise move. I do the same. I do the same. The big diesel, they named this man after a gasoline tank. Absolutely not. Absolutely. Me personally, I'm not getting caught in those situations. Mm-mm. Absolutely not. I can't. My life is worth more than that. Boop, boop. Um, Kyle Anderson got into a scuffle with Rudy. Yeah, that was hilarious to me. All right, we're at the Timberwolves. Yup, there we go. Speaking of Memphis, is Ja going to stay away from trouble going forward? I think so. I think he's learned his lesson low key. Low key. Better than Draymond has, at least. Also, Kyle Anderson's on the Wolves. He and Gobert got in a fight last season. That's what it was. I kept trying to remember because I was like, it's somewhere in that niche area, but my brain couldn't compute it. Debate topic, but which is bigger robbery? Gilbert trade or Donovan trade? Donovan, because it turned into more. Sexton is an effective starter, and Lowry turned into a star, rivaling that of Donovan Mitchell. So we traded Donovan Mitchell for Donovan Mitchell equivalent plus extra pieces and trade value, or excuse me, and draft capital. So yeah. Expansion happens. You are GM. Say each team's top 3 players are off limits. Who are you taking with your starting 5? What teams have better than 3 really good players? I'm trying to think. Do the Hornets protect Miles Bridges? If the Hornets don't protect Miles Bridges, I'm taking Miles Bridges. F what anybody's saying. I don't care about any. I care about domestic abuse. Hold on. Time out. I'm just saying, off the court issues aside, give me him. I'm not saying he's better. I'm just saying he's a rough equivalent. Because one thing we can't act like his amazing shooting is normal, basically. At 7 foot, he should not be able to shoot the way that he does. I would like him to become a little bit better defensively, but it's crazy. Donovan Mitchell trade, but to have seen where all those Minnesota picks end up. Yeah. Yeah. Also, when you think about the trade, you also have to look at the return from it. And right now, the Cleveland Cavaliers haven't been in the best situation since the trade. Whereas the Timberwolves had kind of a lollygagging year last year and then shot off like a rocket this year. And Gobert is playing like a decoy. So that trade looks more justifiable than what Donovan Mitchell's trade looked like. Wolves, Celtics, and Bucks all have good options to draft. Yes. Yes. Well, because the Timberwolves protect Cat and Gobert. Who's their fourth? Who's their fourth best? I'm definitely stealing from somebody from the Cavs though. Absolutely. Because you have to protect Mitchell. You have to protect Garland, and then probably one of your bigs, right? So either Mobley, Allen, or something. And I'm taking whichever one you don't protect off rip. I'm robbing him. You said I'd take Jalen Hendricks if the Jazz don't protect him as a player to start a young team around as a defensive leader. Yeah, realistically, if they protect Lowry, Keontae, and Walker Kessler, I'm taking Colin Sexton first, and definitely Taylor Hendricks. Definitely Taylor Hendricks. Yeah, most definitely. First guy I'm taking is Nas Reed. That's a good one. That's a good one. All for putting NBA teams in Seattle and Las Vegas. That would allow the NBA to move Minnesota and Memphis into the Eastern Conference. Cavs have a lot of players that if it comes to only be able to protect three, who do they protect? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Conley. Ooh, Conley or McDaniel. That's good. That's good. Hendricks moves so smooth for a guy his size. He does. Giddy, Miles Bridges, and Draymond Green. I don't know if I want Draymond at this stage of his career because he doesn't really have much left to offer. That said, I will take Gary Payton. I will take Payton. That's good minutes off the bench. Give me who do the Pelicans protect? They protect Brandon Ingram, Zion, and never mind, CJ McCollum. Never mind. They don't have anybody else outside of that. Who would the Lakers protect? I'm stealing somebody from the Lakers. They're probably going to save Austin Reeves, LeBron, and AD. So give me Rui. Give me Rui. What about the cum bucket, Kabinga? I'm not as high on Kaminga as everybody else is. Oh, on the Bulls, Sadiq Bey is not on the Bulls. What is his name? I've met this guy in person. I've literally met him in person. Looking at the names that you picked, actually, Vesper, it makes sense now. Vanderbilt, yeah, I would take Vanderbilt. Miami does have some good options. Not Kobe White. Kobe White's tough though. If they keep Zach LaVine, DeRozan, and I'll definitely steal Kobe White because I watched him play in high school and college. College specifically, I'll take Kobe White. But no, he's a hold on. I'm about to tell y'all right now because there's no way my mind should be blanking like this. I've literally met the guy. Bulls roster. Like I have a picture with him. Patrick Williams. I still believe in Pat Williams. That's who it is. I believe in Pat Williams. Thank you. Yeah, logic. Yeah, you're right. Yep. This one. Jalen Duren. Biggest steal while you taking all bombs. You think they would leave Jalen Green available? You think the Rockets will leave Jalen Green available? Do you think they're protecting Dylan Brooks, Jabari Parker, or not Jabari Parker, Jabari Smith, and Fred VanVleet? If so, definitely give me Jalen Green. That's twin for real. Some people say I look like him. If I cut my facial hair to look like him and I put my hair back, I think I do. If I get braids, I think I do. Ivy, Sir Cade, no Piston center. Yeah. Not anybody from the Mavs. Who are you forced to take from Detroit? If I have to pick, let me pull up this Detroit roster. Google. Detroit Pistons. You said, are the rumors of them moving on from Jalen Green true? I don't know. But all I'm going to say is, if I'm going to lose Colin Sexton in a trade that involves Jordan Clarkson going to them, give me Jalen Green. I used to watch, bro, when they used to make like the day in the life videos with Jalen Green, bro, I was on it. That was twin for real. Bro, yes, give me that. Oh, no, I was talking about Jalen Green. No, I got you were talking about Jalen Green. Team should add fuel to the fire by taking a Pistons player. Pistons. Oh, give me Marvin Bagley. Yeah, give me Marvin Bagley. if because Jaden Ivey, obviously Assur is going to be off the table, and so is Cade Cunningham. So give me Marvin Bagley, no question. I used to love Marvin Bagley. But yeah, like Logic said, if they leave Assur Thompson, which they shouldn't, but if they do, I'll take him. Spreadsheet sorting ESPN top 100 by teams. Man, they're protecting Assur. I think it. Yeah, give me Marvin Bagley. Are you talking about Duran tackle? You talking about Duran, Jalen Duran, right now? Oh no, I believe you on Jalen Duran. I'm not saying Jalen Duran's trash. Don't get it twisted. I'm just partial to Jalen Green. Yeah. Oh no, I'm definitely not saying he's not a stud because he is. But the thing is, I also got to think about positionally though. Like, but you do raise a good point. And if memory serves me right, he should be averaging like 12 and 10. I know he's not like playing right now, but I'm pretty sure he's like 12 and 10 ish, somewhere like that. The Knicks, they're definitely going to protect the only player I want from them. Knicks roster. Maybe Dante DiVincenzo. Maybe Josh Hart. Because they're not going to give me Jalen Brunson. They're not going to give me RJ Barrett. They're not going to give me maybe Mitchell Robinson. Ugh. They would give me Julius Randle, but I don't want him. Yeah, I don't want him. He's done. He's cooked. Between George and Kessler, I think Kessler has the higher ceiling, but something about Kessler isn't making sense to me right now. The fact that we had him come off the bench this game, I don't get it. That said, yeah, I don't know, man. I think Kessler, in theory, has the higher ceiling. But whether he meets it or not, I think it's more realistic to assume that Keontae reaches his ceiling. You know, who's underrated? Numbard, a real expansion draft. He ain't getting protected. True. That's true. You raise a good point. Grimes or quickly. Fair. Last expansion draft, NBA teams were allowed to protect 8 players. If the league expands, I want the NBA to restrict expansion teams from taking no more than 2 players from any one team. Yeah, that's fair. Colin Sexton, Aaron Gordon, Marcus Smart, Chris Stepps, and Jared Allen. Oh, you might have cooked there. You might have cooked something. I'm not gonna lie, Cardi, you might have just did something there. Alex Caruso's a good pick too. Of course, can't go wrong with Alex, especially healthy. Finn just commented under our video. Ew. I see. He says, getting late and I have to go. Thanks for the great chat. See you next time. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Appreciate you hanging out with us, man. Hope we made your night a little bit more fun. Let's see. You said Chet or Victor? Chet. Right now. If things don't change drastically, it should be Chet. Like no question. He's just been the better player. Like, and honestly, in my eyes, it's just not close. It's not close enough to like make it an argument, realistically. OKC, Cavs, and Jazz just have a lot of good young talent as well as Detroit, and the expansion team looks at them first. That's true. That is true. Why wouldn't you take Randall? Oh, why wouldn't I take Randall? My thing with Julius Randall is he started out the season terrible. Like I remember, it was like it pissed me off. Turns out I can't sleep with 2 9 out of 10 pain from a root canal, so I'm back. There goes Lee again. But I can't take Randall because half his shooting splits improved. Like at the beginning of the season, his hold on, Julius Randall. Like his shooting splits at the beginning of the season were god awful. Okay, they've gotten a little better, but still not great, but better, but better. Like there was a period of time right there at the beginning of the year where he was shooting terrible. Like the one game, I think he shot like 20, he shot like 18, 19, 20 shots and shot 22% on them. And I was like, bro, how the hell do you do that? How is that actually like how is that possible that you consciously allow yourself to do that? Me personally, as the so-called leader of the team at my big age of 29 years old, I'm not letting that happen. I'm just not. But actually looking at these numbers now, it's a good thing you brought attention to it. Right tackle. He's shooting his highest percentage since his year on the Pelicans. I freaking forgot he was on the Pelicans for a year. What the crap? 46% from the field, 29% from three. He needs to stop shooting threes. Right? He doesn't need to be taking more than 2 threes a game. 9.5 rebounds. I love it. 5.5 assists. I love it. 0.6 steals. You know what? Maybe I'm an idiot. Give me Julius Randle, but give me a coach that can rein him in and grab him by his neck if he needs to. Give me Eric Spoelstra. Can I steal a coach? Eric Spoelstra's not going anywhere. Who am I kidding? But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I changed my mind. You're right. I'll take Julius Randle if he's available, of course. Oh, Lee, you missed it. I made $8 yesterday. We're on the 21st now, right? No, today's the 22nd. Not yesterday. The day before yesterday. I made 889 in AdSense revenue, apparently. I'm happy. I'm telling you because you're part of the reason why I was able to do it. Realistically, everybody in here, I'm pretty sure. Because everybody's been around since before I was monetized. That said, yeah. Yo, I'm gonna head out. You should have a great night, holiday season. Yes, sir. If I don't see you before Christmas and you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. And if I don't see you before New Year, have a Happy New Year. You dig? I appreciate you popping in here and talking with me, though. 100%. I hope I was at least mildly entertaining. That's what I do aim to do. All right. For my gentleman that I still have here, I'm about to edit this Colin Sexton video. So I might be a little less chatty than usual. Doesn't mean I don't love you. Of course I love you guys. I just have to finish this right here. I'm listening though. If you say something, I'm gonna look in the chat. Speaking of which, let me minimize this a little bit and close that out. You said, nah, man, just needed to talk about the Jazz as this team is giving me boredom by watching the most dead brand of basketball. Nah, man, you're good, bro. All right, here we go. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit just so I can actually see what's going on in the chat. All right. If I play this out loud, I won't get a copyright strike because it's my video. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. I know that sounds stupid, but you never know. But yeah, we just vibing out in here, guys. Sorry, I was on that. I was trying to see how poor I was actually. Yep, nice. My Cash App has $12 in it. Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna hit the sheets too, man. Always good to see you. Congrats on 1,000 subs. Keep a huge thing. Keep killing it. Look forward to the next one. Yes, sir. I appreciate you as always, Carter. Yes, sir. As always. I'm gonna keep editing this video. Lee, you're awesome like always. So thanks for the content like always, bro. Appreciate you, sir. Ouch. First super chat I've seen in a minute. I love it. I think it's just me and you right now, Lee. I'm gonna edit this video. The Utah Jazz have been in. That's not gonna work. In need for a consistent second scoring option alongside Lauri Markkanen. Wow. And Colin Sexton has emerged as that spark plug that they needed for the Utah Jazz. Oh, Logic's here too. Hey, Logic. I don't know why, but it's saying only one person's in here. These lives are so much fun. Thank you for doing it. Of course, man. Always. Speaking of which, let me add Logic 2 to that list. Womp womp. Nice. That's fire. I think I did it right. Yes, sir. There we go. Yep. I've been meaning to do that for a minute though. As soon as I saw that it was an option, I meant to do it. Jazz have been needing. The Utah Jazz have been in need for a consistent second scoring option alongside Lowry Markkinen. Can y'all hear that audio? The Utah Jazz have been in need for a consistent second scoring option alongside Lowry Markkinen. And Colin Sexton has emerged as that spark plug that they needed for the Utah Jazz to become in. I sold right there. For the Utah Jazz. All right, I know what I need to do. Increase my audio volume to 100. Go ahead and cut that off. Turn this down a little bit. Lowry Markkinen. The option alongside Lowry Markkinen. All right, cool. We're gonna see how long it takes me to do this. As soon as this video finishes, as soon as I finish editing it, as soon as I finish editing this, I'm gonna go to sleep. So, Markkinen. And Colin Sexton has emerged as that spark plug that they needed for the Utah Jazz to become in. For the Utah Jazz to become. For the Utah. For the. There we go. I found it. All right. Fun fact: I'm so poor I refuse to buy Adobe Premiere Pro. So I use Adobe. What is this? Adobe Rush. Shout out Adobe though. He said what he's doing in Donovan at least the past 5 years. Yeah, I would definitely buy on that. For the Utah Jazz to enter more competitive waters. Look that they needed for the Utah Jazz to enter more competitive waters. Actually pay for Adobe Premiere. I also don't do like crazy edits. Like mine are either like I might add a visual that I clipped out, or I do just basic cut in like audio boosting. Now, if you have Adobe Premiere, it'll serve you better in the long term. And like once this channel makes significant money, I'm gonna end up buying. Excuse me. Yeah, I would agree with that. I also just, because of my schedule, I don't have a lot of time to do it myself. Like to add in the individual clips. So literally, I pay Sachin like, how much do I pay him? Like I usually pay him like $20 a month, or not a month. That's even for an Indian. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. That's like slave labor money. I usually pay him like $20 a video for the stuff. And yes, that is a very negative investment right now, low key. But I'd say in the next month, my videos clear. Yeah. Yeah, most definitely though. Adobe Premiere is roughly $17 a month if paid for the annual subscription. Yup. Yes, sir. You said, but I know how to edit, so it makes a difference. Yeah. The craziest thing is, like, when I went to school at Pembroke, like we operated in Adobe Premiere. Like I used Rush on my laptop because sometimes my school subscription wouldn't translate over. But Premiere, like just the fact that I have to like do all the individual stuff, it's easier if I send it to Sachin for me personally, just because like I work and then I have like a 30-minute window where I can record a video. Then I have another hour where I can like do whatever, like cut it up or whatever. So I just don't have time to like find particular clips. I do occasionally want to do a couple of videos where I break down specific plays though. So I still have to figure out how that's going to work. But temporarily, at least, this is what I do. And it's expensive, low-key. Cause like, well, it's not that crazy. I would say that's real. But no, I was just saying, it's good with you enjoying editing. Well, I wouldn't say I don't know if you enjoy it or not, but since you know how to editing, you know how to edit, and having Premiere Pro is also significantly simpler to do it because you don't have to do anything crazy for it. I just don't have the time to put behind the editing that I need to do for my clips, and quite frankly, I just don't like. I would say I didn't love editing when I was in college, so I still don't love it now. I've always been more of an on-screen talent person or a producer in the background, like fiddling with the cameras and the angles and the lighting and stuff. Like that's been my stuff. Backfired. Um, I wouldn't say it backfired, but the right now. So I don't know if you heard the part where I was talking about how I pay Sachin like $20 a video, but in that sense, that means let me go to my channel real quick. No, I don't want to switch channels. I want to go to mine. I have had visuals in what my last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos, 5 or 6 videos. So realistically, like I've given him about $120 to his pockets this month, which I don't mind. You know, I don't mind it at all. And once I actually once I clear like $20 per video, I'll actually be making personal money for it. And right now, it doesn't really make the most sense that I do it, but it's cool though. It's cool because like I know Sachin is always going. Sachin always has my back, regardless, and I appreciate that. And like, yeah, he's 12 hours behind me, so it makes scheduling a little bit difficult. Like, I always have to make sure I have to have my video done before I go to sleep, because if I don't, he wakes up when I'm going to sleep. So, well, he's up right now actually, so which is why I really need to finish editing this video and send it to him so I can get it when I wake up in the morning. But that's cool because I edit a video, make sure it's done by the time I go to sleep. I wake up, he's finishing the video, he sends it to me, I upload it. That's the idea. But it's also why I can't guarantee that I can do videos every day with visuals in them. And I kind of don't want to do any more visual videos without visuals, because I know a lot more people enjoy the videos when they have clips in them. So give the people what they want, send them, their good stuff. That said, I've made decent money. Well, not crazy decent, but I've made enough to be like, okay, I think I can make it in YouTube or in the YouTube world. That's where my brain's at right now. So, what happened? Do. Yeah, it's just my cup of tea. Yeah. What was I about to say? I had something in my head, and now it's gone. Sad case for. I have 1,000 subscribers, yo. That's crazy. We got to 1,000, y'all. Lee and Logic. We got to 1,000. Struggling with my tooth, but other than that, all good. Yes, sir. I figured as much. I have a LLC for it now, and I have a bank account. I finally did that. So hopefully in January, I get to put all the money that I make from this month in it. That would be nice. We'll see just how much money that is. I don't know yet, but it's great. said my sleep is always broken, so I'm either up for the next couple hours or I'll pass out earlier in the day. Sounds about right. Yeah. Yes, sir. I think Omer needs to start over John Collins. As much as I love John Collins, he needs to come off the bench. Yeah. I'm in agreement with you. Omer getting no minutes doesn't sit well with me anymore. More competitive waters. Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Wraith Hoops. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications to get more YouTube. All right, here we go. I keep getting sidetracked. On post notifications to get more Utah Jazz in post notifications. Turn on post notifications to get more. Here we go. Let me cut this. To get more Utah Jazz NBA content. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the video. Boom. There we go. All right. First 20 seconds of the video secured. 5 games. Across the last 5 games. Let me see. It's the video. Across the last 5 games, I'm going to put a... Should I put a fade on that? I'm going to put a fade on that. It's probably a dumb decision, but I'm going to put a fade on that. All right, we're going to zoom in. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Across the last 5 games. All right, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get into the video. Across the last 5 games. Nice. So we're in the blue club. It's a nice blue. Yeah, I didn't even know it was going to be a little blue. I didn't know it was going to be blue like that. Like you two and Tayton are the only 3 members of my channel. So every time I post a video early, you 3 are the people that I'm looking for the feedback of first. Fun fact. I'm gonna stop asking people to become members in the videos, because really no point. I mean, yeah, there's really no point. Realistically though, I don't know. Cause like for reference, the what do you call it? I get 5. I think the memberships for the memberships cost $5.59 or cost $7.99. I think for my channel they're $7.99 to be a member, but for mine I get $5.69 out of that. So realistically, across like between Lee, Logic, and Tayton, y'all 3 together come up to like $17. Is my math right? Like $16.69. So basically $17. So basically 1 video a month is you guys literally paid for, objectively speaking, which is awesome. At the same time, it's just a thing. Video. Across the last 5 games, Colin Sexton has started in all 5, making his first starts of the season for the team. In his starts, he averages 30. All right, cool. We're going to go back here. I'm going to delete that. For the team. In his starts, he averages 32.7 minutes per game to go along with 25.6 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and 0.4 steals to go along with 0.2 blocks per game, while only committing 1.8 turnovers. Now, he shoots 50.6% from the field on 17.4 attempts, 40.6% from the 3-point line on just 6.4 attempts, and 90% from the free throw line on 6 attempts per match. I'm going to cut this audio down a little bit right here. That's good. Per match. This is in stark contrast to the games that he played before, in which he averaged 20.7 minutes per game. Per game, and put together 12.7 points, 2.7 minutes per game, and put together 12.7 points, 2.7 rebound. My fault, which I said. If we had an NFL team, I'd watch more NFL, but the closest team to us is the Broncos. Definitely understandable. Been a huge fan of Panthers lately. I think they're your hometown. Steph Curry owns a minority ownership, so I love the Panthers. Ah, love it if we had a football team. It would be fire.
Owns 3.2 steal rebounds, 3.2 steals, 0.5, 3.2 assists, rebounds, 3.2 assists. This is in stark contrast to the games that he had not started in previously, where he averaged 20.7 points per game and put together 12.7 point contrast to the games that 90% from the free throw line on 6 attempts per match. This is in stark.
Boom, I found it. Here we go. I was about to say, because why is my audio doing
and
that?
Put together 3.2 assists per match. This is in stark contrast to the games that he had not started in previously, where he averaged 20.7 points per. Where he averaged 20 points. Where he averaged. Previously, where he averaged 20.7 minutes per game, scoring 12.7 points, 2.7 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 0.5 steals, 0.2 blocks, and 1.9 turnovers. Now, he shot 44.7% from the field on 9.4 attempts, 32.5% from three, shooting on 3.3 attempts.
Oh, yeah, it's too much. It's too much break.
5% from three, shooting on.
Who's the third person in the chat? There's three. There's three here. Well, four of us. Monty shows mainly college football lately. Fair enough.
On 3.3 attempts and 87.8% from the free throw line on 3.6 attempts. Naturally, the entirety of the team's roster has not been healthy, which has led to the opportunity to allow Colin Sexton to do what he has received and achieved. But one thing that cannot be argued is that he definitely grabbed the Bulls by the horns and has done the most with his opportunity. Over the past 5 games, most with his opportunity. Over the past 5 games, the Utah Jazz are 3-2. Only one of those losses coming in blowout fashion against the Sacramento Kings, 104-125. In the most recent loss, it came against Colin Sexton's previous team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, 116-124. In the blowout. In the blowout to the Kings, Colin Sexton played one of his best games of the season, going 10 for 18 from the field and 2 of 6 from beyond the arc, whilst having 6 out of 7 free throws, while scoring 6 arc, whilst having 6 out of the arc, while scoring 6 out of 7 free throw attempts, giving him a total of 28 points that led his team in scoring, along with 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and only a single turnover. Despite his best effort, his box plus minus that game was the lowest out of all his 5 starts at -27. In total, across all 5 games, the game minus that game was the lowest out of all his 5 starts at -27. In total, across all 5 games, he's seen -9, +17, -27, +18, and +6. This essentially means that including his best statistics, even including his best essentially means that even including his best statistical game in a losing effort,
Yeah, his negative 27 box plus minus was against the Kings. Was that the game we just got blown out in? Yeah, that one specifically. Which is crazy because that was like one of his best statistical games of the season, like arguably top three, top two, top three. Yeah. I'm not sure I know what I love NBA and live vicariously through the Jazz. I understand.
in a losing effort, his effort. This essentially means that even including him in positive 6. This essentially means in positive 6. This essentially means that even including one of his best statistical games in a losing effort, his box plus minus comes out to a positive 1 when averaging all 5 games together. Together. Numbers aside, it is my personal opinion that Colin Sexton should have been starting at the shooting. Numbers aside, it is my personal opinion that Colin Sexton should have been starting at the shooting guard position from the beginning. Should have been starting at the shooting guard position from the beginning. Colin Sexton should have been starting at the shooting guard from starting the shooting.
Oh, whoops, that's the wrong edit, buddy.
Starting at the shooting guard position from the beginning of the season. However, the team's attachment to Jordan Clarkson.
What happened? What's good, bro? Here's how. Yeah, I was gonna get it braided earlier today, but I didn't get the opportunity to, unfortunately. How do your videos sound scripted when they're not? I'm amazed by your ability to have a thought, have side thoughts, and come back to your original point like you never left it. Is it just good editing? Realistically, let's see. The video, what video was it? I just did the one video that I said was scripted. But like aside from that, it's really just I pull up somebody's numbers. Like say, for example, I'm gonna do a video about Fontecchio. And I could actually just live stream it one night, like after a game ends. I'll do something similar to this. I was thinking about it, and literally, I'm gonna pull up somebody's stats, and what's a good example? Okay, so off the top of my head, I know I need to do a video about THT, so I have to start with the first line. That's probably the thing that pops into my head the first. So it'll be something along the lines of something having to do with THT getting off to a rough start of the season, but coming alive for the Utah Jazz when they needed him most. So I might say something like, Talen Horton-Tucker was struggling very mightily in the beginning of the season, but he finally came alive when Keontae George went down a few games ago. Like that would be like my opening line, for example. And then from there, I just kind of talk. It's literally just if you're having a conversation with somebody, but they can't talk back to you. So you're trying to explain your point. So the thought process behind my THT video will be literally just him being good at the game of basketball, or finally, at least. So it'll be like what I said. In the beginning of the season, I'm going to throw out random numbers. By the way, these are not true stats. But like at the beginning of the season, Talen Horton-Tucker started 8 games for the Utah Jazz, and those 8 games really didn't go the way that Will Hardy and the rest of the Utah Jazz coaching staff hoped they would. They were under the assumption that he would have been the proper starting point guard before Keontae George took over at some point midway through the season. However, that point came a lot earlier on because Keontae looked a lot better off the bench and THT looked a lot worse as a starter. Like that kind of thing. That's actually hard. Hold on, I'm gonna use that. So when you see it in the video, just know you saw it first. But yeah, it's more or less that, and then like I'll take short breaks. You said, bro, you're insane. How he just turned on video mode. Yeah, it's It's a talent, I guess, in a sense, and then also just like consistently doing it because like here I am now 170, 180 videos in, so I've been talking enough to the point where like I know I'll pull up THT stats, and sometimes if I really want to frame something and I know like my angle for my Colin Sexton video, I will go on Stats Muse now because they're really good about separating things. Like you can type in a random question, and it usually, as long as the computer's like understanding what your question is, sometimes you have to clarify, but usually it understands enough. So I'll look up Colin Sexton stats over past 6 games, and it'll pull up those stats specifically and then show me the averages of all those stats on the bottom line. Then it did Colin Sexton stats in non-starts 2023-2024 season, and it'll pull up all 18 games, 19 games that those were, and then it has the averages on the bottom. So I literally in my head, I'm like, I got to reference these. So as I was starting the Colin Sexton video, I talk about like how he's putting up a scoring option, how Jordan Clarkson wasn't, and then I literally say in his 5 stars, Colin Sexton is, and then I look at the screen and read my numbers out. It'll be like averaging 32.5 minutes per game, 22.2 points, 3.4 rebounds, 4.3 assists, zero point 0.2 steals, 0.4 blocks, and only 1.8. And only 1.8 turnovers. And like every now and then I make a miscue like I literally just did right there. And then that's when I go and post and just cut that part out so nobody knows. And usually another thing is I don't move a lot when I talk. Like sometimes I do hand gestures, but I try not to for the most part, because if I say averaging 5.2 point and then I pause and like I make a mistake, and then the next time my hand's in my lap and I'm like 5.2 points, you'll see in post when my hand goes from this to disappearing and then it's down there. That's one thing that I did remember that I have to make sure I don't do. And it's easier when Sachin adds visuals too, because then you can't always catch it. A lot of times I'll be saying stuff and I'll send him a straight 10-minute, 15-minute, 12-minute, 7-minute video with me talking, looking at the camera, looking at my note sheet. And then if I start talking about stats, he knows to put in a chat so it doesn't show me like looking at the screen while talking to the camera. You know what I'm saying? You said I just chalk your method up to never gonna happen for me. Hey, if it's not something that you usually do, it does take a minute to get. I wouldn't say it's impossible though, because it's not like singing. Like I cannot sing. God knew not to let me sing because I wouldn't shut up. Man, look, the girls would love me and hate me at the same time. Yeah, it's wholesome though. Let me see.
Clarkson made it difficult for the Utah Jazz coaching staff to make that adjustment.
Wait, did I miss something?
Been starting at the shooting guard position from the beginning of the season. However, the team's attachment to Jordan Clarkson made it difficult for the Utah Jazz coaching staff to make that adjustment. Understandably so, as Clarkson.
Okay, cool. I thought I missed something. My conscious fear is that I miss a spelling error or a mispronunciation, like, and don't cut it out. Like that's one of my biggest concerns. Because like imagine at one point you just hear me say an entire line of stats and then say shit and then and then say the corrected line of stats, and then Sachi edits both not realizing I made a mistake. It'd be crazy. Memory recollection is absolutely a skill when I don't have. It's a natural attachment to JC. Yeah, it kind of is. I'm not gonna lie.
Coaching staff to make that adjustment. Understandably so, as Clarkson is the longest tenured player on the Utah Jazz roster.
Let me see. Boop.
Jazz roster dating back to the 2021-2022 season when they had Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell on the roster.
Cut that as well.
Mitchell on the roster. This essentially makes him a fan favorite despite poor shooting splits this season of 30.5% from the field and 29.5% from the three-point line. to go along with 83.3% from the free throw line. In total, he's played in 19 games and started in all 19 of them, which means he has been offered the longest leash out of any player to make mistakes on this roster. He's averaged 30.8 minutes per match and scores 16.6 points, had 3.4 rebounds, 4.9 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.2 blocks, and a team-leading 3 turnovers per game. Game. Combine those stats with the aforementioned shooting splits, and you have, you guessed it, a recipe for disaster. Not to mention the fact that he does it on 15.1 field goal attempts per game and 5.1 shot attempts from three-point range. 1 shot attempts from three.
Dang it. I missed.
From
I see where it is.
Shot attempts from three-point range. Which
hang on 1 second. I saw that comment. He said, he said, yo, we hear an unreleased video. Yes, sir. You're hearing the video that should, in theory, as long as I get it to Sachin in the next little bit. It's less than 10 minutes, so he should be able to finish it in just a couple hours. It'll be this is the Colin Sexton video that's going to be coming soon. Most definitely. Yep.
Range, which rivals that of the team's all-star Lowry Markkanen, who leads the team in scoring with 23.3 points per game and makes it off of a similar number of field goal and three-point attempts with 15.2 field goal attempts per game and 6.6 three-point field goal attempts per game. For reference, he shoots 48.4% from the field and 38.1% from beyond the arc, which is in stark contrast to Jordan Clarkson's numbers. More recently, Jordan Clarkson has found himself in line. More recently, Jordan Clarkson has found himself
Oh, I didn't cut that out.
Stark contrast to Jordan Clarkson's numbers. More recently, Jordan Clarkson has found himself out of the lineup for a hamstring strain that he received against the Oklahoma City Thunder on December 11th, and Colin Sexton has been put.
I need to cut that out.
Hamstring strain that he received against the Oklahoma City Thunder on December 11th, and Colin Sexton has been put in and put on a show ever since. With trade season upon us, it has ultimately led to the Utah Jazz electing to open up trade talks publicly for Jordan Clarkson's trade talks. Trade value to be gauged. There have been quite a few teams interested.
What'd you say, Cam? He said, bro, I feel like one of Drake's friends that just sits in the studio for some reason. I love it. Yeah, I'm almost halfway done with it now. I cut it down from 12 minutes down to 7:52. A lot of it was just dead air and a couple of repeats. There weren't actually a lot of miscues in this one because it is scripted. That's one thing that I do like about it. It's only my second scripted video ever. This one and then literally the last video. Like, I would not have been able to talk 20 some odd minutes without scripting that. I don't have that in the bag. I got a lot of things in my bag of tricks, but I'll tell you that darn sure ain't one of them. But it's good though. Definitely good stuff. Tea time. What? Let's see. All right, cool. Appreciate it. I'll grab that later. Matter of fact, let me open this up in a new tab. All right, cool. Here we go.
To be gauged. There have been quite a few teams interested, but the Rockets seem to be front runners as they are in need of scoring options. While Clarkson hasn't had the best success with the Utah Jazz this season, putting him...
I sold.
It is believed that a new environment... Utah Jazz this season...
There we go. I found it. Cool. Drag it right there.
Jazz this season, it is believed that a new environment could allow him to thrive as much as he did in his previous bench role with the Utah Jazz, where he saw himself winning the Sixth Man of the Year award.
All right, cool. Come on.
Himself winning the Sixth Man of the Year award all those few seasons ago. All but a few seasons ago. The Year award all but a few seasons ago. Colin Sexton was...
All right. Here we go.
Seasons ago. Colin Sexton was previously named to be on the trading block alongside Lauri Markkanen and John Collins by Danny Ainge. With that in mind, the likely Danny Ainge... On Collins by Danny Ainge, and with that in mind, the likelihood with that in mind though, the likelihood that the
I sold.
And with that in mind, I
see what I did. Never mind.
With that in mind though, the likelihood that the team's lone all-star that openly says he wants to stay in Utah.
Cut. Slide that over.
Team's lone all-star that openly says he wants to stay in Utah actually gets traded, and Lauri Markkanen is highly unlikely unless a package rivaling that of one that unless a package rivaling that highly unlikely.
Who just said something? You said my pain meds are kicking in, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and get some sleep. Talk to you in the morning, bro. Keep killing it, brother. Yes, sir. Get you some rest, man. You need it.
Unless a package is highly
appreciate you sticking around with me, man.
Likely and is highly unlikely unless a package rivaling the one that brought him in originally comes to light.
Oh, what time is it for me? 3:45 a.m. Yes. What's the topic today? I'll spin a video, man. What's your name? I can't read, man. I'm sorry.
Comes to light. I feel similarly about Colin Sexton as his recent production. I feel similarly of Colin Sexton as his recent production has okay,
cool. Okay. Right here.
Comes to light. I feel similarly of Colin Sexton as his recent production has likely increased his trade value, and unless a
I started stuttering right here, yo.
Likely increased his trade value, and unless a more productive and equally seasoned shooting guard becomes available with the physical measurables that the Utah Jazz are looking for, I can't see a logical reason to let Sexton see another team's locker room.
Here we go. All right.
Another team's locker room. That being said, he does leave a little bit wanting on defense, not due to...
Oh, what happened? Yeah, I do need to go to sleep. I'm not gonna lie, Cam. But I gotta be up at 5:40 because I'm supposed to be going with my boy to what you call it? Because he wanted to go get some shots up. What's the topic today? Oh, what's up, Dark Side? I'm gonna try and remember that. Yeah, just editing a video to the video I'm about to send off to my editors about Colin Sexton. So he's about to cook that up. Finn, it's been a while since the last time I was on your live chat. Yeah, man. How's your day going, bro? I saw you comment about the other live stream. This is just kind of a dud. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep this VOD. I might leave it on my channel, but I'm not 100% sure yet.
Defense.
I can't give away the secret sauce.
Defense, not due to lack of effort, though, as it is with Jordan Clarkson. While Clarkson has better physical measurables than Colin Sexton, his overall less desire to stay locked in on that side of the floor has led to much dismay amongst the fan base. With Colin Sexton, his intensity is felt throughout the team, and as soon as a single play is made by him or a teammate, he's right there hyping up the fans. With all that being said, you guys let me know what you think of.
Okay, I got it now.
Hyping up the fans.
You said I did wonder what this is. Yeah, absolutely.
With all that being said, you guys let me know what you think of Colin Sexton's ability, and let me know if you think that the Jazz should keep him, or if you think that he should be the shooting guard, or if you think that he should.
There we go.
You think that he should be the shooting.
I messed it up.
Or if you think that he should be the shoot.
Still messed it up. There we go.
That he should be the shooting guard or point guard, or if you think that he should be the shooting guard or point guard of another team's future. With that being said, thanks for tuning into another video. As always, it's been your host, Wraith Hoops. As always, it's been Wraith Hoops. With that.
All right, let's see here. I know I messed this up quite a few times, actually.
Thanks for joining me for another video. As always, it's your boy, Wraith.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining me for another video. As always, it's your boy, Wraith Hoops. With that being said, thanks for tuning into another video. As always, it's your boy, Wraith Hoops. Make shooting guard or point guard of another team's future. Thanks for joining me for another.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Another team's future. With that being said, thanks for tuning into another video. As always, it's your boy, Wraith Hoops. Make sure to like the video, comment your thoughts below, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and become a member to get the videos faster than anybody else. With that being said, I'd like to shout out Sachin for editing this video. And as always, good morning, good evening, good night. No matter where you're on the globe watching, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
There we go. Finally, I finished. I'm free. I just have to export this and send it. This video will be 6 minutes and 50 seconds. A nice little, calm little one. Colin Sexton at shooting guard. Raw edit. Okay. I'm gonna export it in 1080p, send it to, where's my desktop? Desktop is Colin Sexton with the Jazz needed. Rename, I'm gonna copy that. Choose that. There we go. All right, cool. It should only take a second to export. You said I'm free. Free you. Go to sleep. I'm the only one here. Are you familiar with Wizards and Mavs? Yeah, man. Yep. Absolutely. The Wizards are obviously in worse waters than the Mavs, though. The Mavs are looking a lot better than myself specifically, than I originally thought they would. Just a bit puzzled about something. Who's a better player, Corey Kispert or Jaden Hardy? I'll say Jaden Hardy, but it's an understandable question to have, I would say. But yeah, I would lean Jaden Hardy temporarily at the very least. That said, man, I just finished editing this video, so I'm about to open it in my folder close this out, open up my other Google tab or my other thing, and I'm going to go ahead and put this email together so I can send it to Sachin so he can get this started on these edits. Sachin. Right. Call it. Well, let me see. V comment section with the chats needed. Go to my desktop, open that up, open that video. Oh, it has to upload that to Google Drive. That's nasty. It is what it is, though. Yeah, man. I gotta get up. That said, it's necessary. You about to head out? Oh, wow. About to head out? Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Logic. Glad you stuck around for a minute, brother. I'm about to go to sleep myself. As soon as this video finishes sending, I also have to take all my memory devices and properly store things. I'm going to save that for tomorrow because I have free time tomorrow to do other things. I'm mentally just tired for today. And by tomorrow, my tomorrow starts in literally an hour and 45 minutes. So there's that. But it's okay. It's okay. Because we had a pretty successful live stream, boys. No cap. That said, let me go ahead and text Sachin and let him know, or DM him. Sachin. All right. Emailing you the next vid. Do you think you could finish it today? Question mark. Mm-hmm. The video's still upload, or the video's still sending. It might be partially because I'm on live that it hasn't sent yet, but I'm not mad at that. Who's the only person in the chat with me right now? Is that you, Finn? I'm sorry, bro. I'm almost done, I promise. I'm about to lay down. I just had to appreciate you, man. Yep. I'm about to start the other Wraith Hoops channel. I just have to decide on a topic video, and then it's probably going to be like a 12 to 15ish minute video with visuals, and I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it to Sachi when I finally get it done. That channel I'm gonna upload once every Friday. Once I start, I think I'm starting on next first week of January is when I'm probably gonna start that channel, and the goal is gonna be to get to 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours as quickly as possible, and we'll see how fast I can do it because I did it on this channel with the help of you guys, in less than a year or less than 6 months, actually, like almost exactly 6 months, which is really unheard of, but I'm ecstatic. I'm hype about it. And my thing's starting to malfunction. I'll cut off that one. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I just hope you enjoy it. And then, of course, I have to get a couple other channels in order. I'm really liking this YouTube thing, but it's gonna take a lot. Not gonna lie. But yeah. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Couldn't do without you, man. You are literally in the comment section of every video engaged. It helps my video get pushed. Favorite player is, or responding to the question at the end of my videos helps push the videos up, because then YouTube's like, oh, people actually enjoy watching the video. Why? Because they commented. And a lot of people don't really think about that like they should. But I still ask it for those of you that like do comment, like you. But yeah, by and large, I'm just a guy. I am just a guy. Oh, freezing. Change the hair. Yeah, I'm about to get it braided. I promise. I just didn't have the opportunity to more recently, like I originally planned to. But it's okay. I'm gonna get it done sooner than later. Oof. There's a lot of videos to go through. Dun-dun-dun. Yeah, my video's halfway done uploading, so hopefully it yep. It's gonna be about 650 long, so it'll be a good one. Trade predictions: Collins, Clarkson, move Olynyk low key just to make more minutes for Hendricks, but because they need more scoring power. They're currently, I believe, bottom 7 in total like scoring output, so they're gonna send him that way, most likely. It'll be awesome to get Jalen Green in return. I know that it's probably not going to happen though. As far as John Collins, it's really going to be like whatever team takes him. I heard somebody talk about how they wanted the Mavs to grab him up because that would be cool. Personally, I'm good either way. I think that having him alongside Kyrie and Luca would be interesting and lively as well. But it remains to be seen. I hope they don't trade Colin Sexton. Obviously, that's my guy. And then also don't trade. I know there's a lot of enticing. I wouldn't, me personally. But I'm not an NBA executive at the end of the day, so stands to reason for good measure. Mm. What's the video on? Oh, it's Colin Sexton. Yep, talking about his drastic improvements offensively, and how I believe that he is the shooting that they guard. Understandably so, but I'd still go that way. He said NBA trades are so unpredictable. The thing is, I think Lowry, who they traded away because everybody would want him in their roster. Somebody would pay whatever Ainge asks. True, very true. It's the only thing that makes it hard for me is the fact that Lowry wants to be in Utah. Not very many players want to be in Utah. So if you trade him away, you have to believe two things. The draft picks and the return on him are going to be so magnanimous that you're going to get great players. And then you're also going to have to hope that those great players also want to stay in Utah when they're great players. Because a lot of people prefer to leave. And then we ended up sending away Donovan, ended up sending away Gobert. So we keep it's a cycle for them. We have no rings to show of it. So it's like if you send away Lowry without allowing him to realize his truest potential on the Utah Jazz, then you're selling yourself short, in my opinion. But I think the way Danny Ainge is, he could still end up pulling the trigger on that. Now I like it there. You don't start acting out like Simmons and Harden plays his best game wherever he is. True, true. He's a very team friendly player. Right. It's hard to not like him. He just does his job and smiles all the time, man. Now obviously he doesn't like losing, but he does his job. And that's the biggest key piece. Mm-hmm. That's Finnish way we do our job and don't complain too much. Understandably so, man. Understandably so. 2/3 of the wait time. Hmm? Yeah, I'm still awake, Finn. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this video to what do you call it, to finish uploading so I can send it. And then I'm gonna lay down for an hour and then get up and go hoop. And then lay down again, hopefully, as long as time permits. And then do stuff. Namely, create a new script for a video. My video after this one's probably going to be THT because I did a poll inside of the chat and they said THT, and then Fontecchio after that. So we'll see how those go. What the heck is this? Random black guy doing a money spread? Absolutely not. I'm not following you back. What do you say? I'm sure nobody at the moment is doing videos about THT but you. Mm-hmm. He's I'm a big person on let the praise be as loud as the disrespect. And I've realized that I cook him crazy, like things about THT. And I think that it's time to go ahead and give him praise because in his recent starts, in his recent games in general, he's been he has not been hitting his threes, but he's on his attempts to make it look better because he's not hitting them. He's also been passing the ball effectively and he has low turnover numbers, all things considered, and higher assist numbers, which I can appreciate. So I figure if I put a video up about that any THT fans will like it. There probably aren't that many of them, to be honest with you, but there's probably enough for it. Yeah. Chris Dunn had a good game today as well, actually. All things considered. He said 2 days and then we have Christmas. I wish you Merry Christmas if we don't chat again before then. Haha. Yes, sir. Hopefully, with the new year almost upon us, great joy and great benefit, and we need more productive lives because of it. You know, that's mhm, 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 mhm. It's almost done. I see with my lie. I don't know. My brain just logged out for a second. Tug motivation. It is being sent now. And if anybody else is in here right now, y'all too. Said this was an unconventional, it was a little more goofy, a little bit more not serious, a little bit more funny and fun loving. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.